Welcome, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really going deep, taking a close look at Session 84 of the Law of One.
That's right. It's a rich one.
It really is. And our goal, is to go through it question by question, really pull out the key insights from the original transcript.
Unpacking the nuances, yeah. Trying to make it clear and engaging for everyone listening.
Exactly. So, with that intention set, in the love and light of the one infinite creator, let's dive in. Namaste. I am you, and you are me.
Namaste. So session 84, it starts quite practically, doesn't it, with the instrument's condition.
Yeah, question 84.1 straight up asks how the instrument is doing.
And Ra's response is interesting. A sizable deficit physically, but vital energies are well.
Okay, so what's the takeaway there? There's this distinction, right, between the body's immediate energy and something deeper.
I think so. It sort of highlights this layered nature we have. Physical energy ebbs and flows, naturally. But the vital energy, maybe the life force itself, can remain strong even when the body's tired. It tells us we're more than just our physical feelings.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, 84.2 then asks about least distorted complex protein.
Right. And raw clarifies it means, well, preserved meat, basically. Common stuff back then.
And the advice is to go for fresh, high-quality food instead, to avoid increasing the instrument's allergic distortions.
Exactly. And here's the key Ling told him. Raw makes this increased distortion points towards disease potential.
Wow. So food isn't just fuel, it's about energetic harmony, too.
That seems to be the core message. Fresh, unprocessed food carries maybe a cleaner energetic signature. It supports our body's own balance.
I'm calling allergies distortions. That's interesting, like an energetic mismatch?
Yeah, potentially. It suggests allergies might be more than just physical reactions. Maybe they signal this deeper energetic discord triggered by certain substances. It really makes you think about the energy in what we eat.
It really does. Which leads right into 84.3, mentioning specific diseases, arthritis and lupus.
And crucially, Ra says the root cause is pre-incarnative.
Pre-incarnative. So stuff chosen or experienced before this life, affecting the physical now, that's significant.
It is. And notice Ra holds back on listing other potential issues to respect the group's free will.
Right, even saying affirmations might resolve them. That's empowering.
Definitely. And there's that general encouragement, again, about diet and allergies, calling it a complex distortion of mind and body.
Mind and body. How do we kind of integrate that, this pre-incarnative stuff plus the mind-body link?
Well, it pushes us to see health way more broadly, doesn't it? Some challenges might be soul lessons, but Ra's focus on free will and affirmations means we're not just passive victims, we co-create our well-being. The allergy description just reinforces how interconnected our thoughts, feelings, and physical state are.
So healing isn't just physical. It might involve mental and emotional work, too.
Precisely.
Okay, 84.4 shifts gears quite a bit. Martyrdom. The instrument asks, aren't we all martyrs eventually? When does it have wisdom?
And Ra brings up Jehoshua Jesus as someone with a plan of martyrdom.
A plan, yeah. But Ra says the wisdom isn't in the plan itself.
Right. It's in the understanding and compassion behind it. That's where the wisdom lies.
So Jehoshua could have chosen differently, but aligned with the hour through meditation?
Seems so. To fulfill the purpose of the incarnation. And Ra makes a clear distinction. A martyr is someone who consciously lays down their life in service, not just anyone who dies.
That's a key point. It's about the conscious choice for others.
And then the encouragement to meditate on the will, what drives our choices.
What are the motivations behind service or sacrifice? Love and understanding or something else?
It's a deep question to ponder.
Definitely. Okay, 84.5, back to the physical. The instrument's feet are giving them trouble.
Yeah, linked back to the arthritis and lupus distortions.
And the suggestions are quite practical, aren't they?
Very. Careful exercise, but with determination. Alternating shoes.
Softer socks, shaped to the foot for cushioning. Water immersion, too.
And specific advice for one foot injury, careful icing, then warm water.
It seems specific, but what's the broader lesson?
I think it shows this balanced approach. Gentle care, practical support, but also determined effort. It's about tending the physical vessel compassionately but actively.
That makes sense. All right, 84.6 is about potentially publishing some restricted healing info later on.
From the first book, yeah, putting it in book 4.
And Rao says, basically, yes, but not yet. There's intervening material.
Suggests a step-by-step process, right?
Yeah.
You need the foundation before tackling the advanced stuff. Readiness is key.
Progressive learning. Got it. Then 84.7, a question from Andrija Puharic about coming physical changes.
Yeah, that's summer. Ra acknowledges the good intention.
And then offers this interesting choice. You can collect details, or you can seek the keys to unknowing.
What a beautiful phrase. What do you make of that?
Well, it seems to acknowledge different ways people approach the future, doesn't it? Some need facts, some embrace the mystery.
Yeah, neither is better, just different paths. A grand choice.
84.8 follows up on Puhriger again about being taken on a craft.
Ah, yes, the contact experiences. Ra's explanation is fascinating.
It says the deep mind needs symbols, right, to make sense of it consciously.
Exactly. The person's own expectations shape the tale that their mind can accept. Often happens in dreams or trance.
So it becomes like a memory, fed into the subconscious so the person can function without being totally thrown off balance.
That seems to be the gist. It's a way the mind integrates experiences that are, well, outside the norm, using familiar symbolic language.
It really shows how subjective perception can be, especially with unusual events.
Definitely.
Okay, 84.9 shifts topic against sexual energy transfer before the veil.
Right. Was it planned by the logos? How did it flow?
Ra says it happened between beings with green ray capability, aware of everyone as the creator.
So no blockages possible because of that shared awareness.
But the transfers were weak. Why weak?
Because it was so easy. Transfer happened readily between any polarized entities then. It wasn't the main way polarization happened, maybe, like it became later.
Interesting. The key difference was that baseline awareness of oneness.
Exactly. That conscious knowing changed everything.
So 84.10 tries to get more specific, like an electrical circuit between heart chakras, trying to understand post-veil blockages.
And Ra clarifies the path. Starts at red, the base chakra. Moves up through the centers as far as possible. Stops at orange if it's baffled.
Baffled, okay. Then yellow, then green if it's clear.
Right. And the reminder, chakras can function even if they aren't fully crystallized.
So it's a spectrum of openness, not just on or off.
Seems like it. It gives us a model for how energy might flow or get stuck during intimacy.
Yeah. Then 84.11 builds on that. Uncrystallized centers are like high resistance, lowering the energy transfer.
Ra uses the analogy of voltage. Lower centers, if uncrystallized, can't handle or transmit higher voltage.
But crystallized centers, especially green ray and up,
They can have really high voltage potential. Ra calls it becoming an honestation for the creator.
honestation for the creator. Wow, that's evocative. What does that mean to you?
It suggests that when those higher centers are open and strong, we become clearer channels for divine energy, especially in loving connection.
A conduit for that infinite energy. Okay, now 84.1 and 13, the questioner proposes energy entering the feet, leaping between green centers.
And Ra corrects that, right? It's one single release of potential difference.
Not a leap. It's a sharing of energies from red upwards.
Most efficient with simultaneous orgasm, yes, but
But it still functions as a transfer, even with just one person reaching orgasm, or even just physical love between partners without orgasm.
exactly. Ra points out that significant energy gets transferred even then through mutual awareness and focused intention. Mental and emotional connection is powerful.
And Ra mentions this is used in some distorted non-Christian systems,
Yeah, practices derived from the law of one, focusing on energy transfer.
which leads to 84.14, an example.
Tantric yoga. But with that important caveat, Ra gives.
That these systems are distorted, teachings partly lost.
Right. Reminds us that ancient wisdom often gets filtered or changed over time. We need discernment.
Okay. 84.15 and 16. Does energy flow more to one person if only they orgasm?
Ra clarifies, if both are vibrating in green ray love and are well polarized.
Then any orgasm offers equal energy to both.
Yes. It really highlights that the shared state of being the love, the energetic coherence, is what matters for a balanced exchange.
So mutual love is the key for reciprocity.
It seems to be the absolute foundation.
Then 84.17 asks about other physical differences before the veil related to sexual energy.
And Ra says the critical difference was knowing that any transfer, social or sexual, happens in time-space, not just space-time.
Meaning it has a metaphysical component, not just physical.
Precisely. The energies have substance beyond our normal perception. The big mistake after the veil was thinking the body only responds to physical stimuli.
Which Ra says is emphatically not so.
It's a huge shift in perspective. Before, the energetic reality was known. Now it's mostly forgotten, leading to a limited view of our interactions.
That unseen dimension is always there.
Wow.
Okay, 84.18 gets into post-veil blockage, starting at the orange ray.
Right. What happens if one or both are blocked? Ray Emma mentions this was covered before, but
If both are blocked, They just hunger more for the activity, trying to force the flow.
Seems so. An attempt to unblock what's baffled.
And if one is blocked, but the other is loving.
The blocked person still feels that hunger, seeks the loving one for relief. The loving one polarizes slightly towards service, but only has their own initial energy. It can be draining.
Ah, so it highlights the potential for imbalance. The blocked person isn't truly fulfilled, and the loving one might get depleted.
Exactly. It shows why energetic alignment and openness are so important for healthy intimacy.
Okay. 84.19. The questioner clarifies they're seeking new understanding, then asks about images of Lucifer or the devil with an erection.
Yeah, is that symbolic of orange ray blockage? Maybe known intuitively?
Re-acknowledges myths have distortions, but says, yeah, the questioner's perceptive. There's a link.
It's a really interesting thought, isn't it? How energetic truths might surface in archetypes, even distorted ones. Like that image representing desire without love, an orange ray imbalance.
Subconscious symbolism. Okay, 84.20. This is a big one. How do green, blue, and indigo transfers work? The groundwork, requirements.
Yeah, Ross says it's a huge subject, tied into opening the gateway to intelligent infinity.
And some info has to stay veiled. Free will.
Right. But the great key for blue, indigo, violet, a metaphysical bond of unconditional love.
That's the foundation. And Blu-ray transfer.
It refines love through honest communication, clarity. Usually takes time, but can be instant for souls who know each other well. It helps the seeker communicate better, gain perspective.
Indigo ray is a shadowland, though. Ra can't say much.
Infringement risk. Same for violet ray, a law of confusion applies.
But Ra calls these higher transfers jewels, invaluable.
And advises seeking them consciously. Evaluating experiences with a partner, using analysis, synthesis, inspiration, like seeking awareness generally.
So it's an active process of discovery within the relationship, grounded in unconditional love.
Absolutely. It emphasizes the potential for profound growth through conscious, loving connection.
So how do you know which ray transfer happened? That's 84.21. Is there a subjective way to tell?
Ross says yes, only subjective measures.
Green ray feels like love made whole.
Blue ray brings easier communication, more insight.
Indigo stimulates will and faith for a long time.
And violet offers an opening to that gateway of intelligent infinity. Indigo hints at it too, but the veil isn't fully lifted.
So we can use these inner feelings as guides to understand the energetic quality of our connections.
Exactly. Pay attention to the after effects. It helps us tune in and maybe consciously cultivate those higher states.
Okay, almost there. 84.22. Before the veil, did the logos plan specific pairings, or was it random? Was there an objective?
Ross says this is the last full query. Mentions the harvest included male-female beings.
And the original idea was mate, however, increases polarization. Total freedom.
Initially, yes. But then, many logo observed something.
Wow.
That non-indiscriminate mating committed pairing actually increased polarization more.
Oh, interesting. So that led to a bias towards mated relationships like we see in higher densities.
Yes, a bias reflecting what seemed more effective for growth, characteristic of disciplined personalities, but crucially...
Free will still paramount. It was just a bias, not a rule.
Exactly. It shows this evolutionary trend towards deeper, more intentional connection, but always respecting choice.
Fascinating look at the cosmic why behind relationship patterns.
It really is.
And finally, 84.23. Anything to help the instrument or contact?
Ray expresses concern again. The instrument's potential for distortion towards illness is serious right then. Urges vigilance from the group.
Acknowledges their care, thanks them, and departs.
Brings it right back to the present moment of the session. The care, the responsibility involved, the human side of it all.
Yeah, a powerful reminder.
Indeed.
So wow, that brings us through session 84. We covered a lot of physical wellness, the real meaning of martyrdom, and those intricate details about energy transfer pre and post veil.
Yeah, the insights into the veiling, how it changed our perception of connection, are pretty profound.
Absolutely. And that constant thread of free will, our ongoing journey of seeking and understanding.
It really emphasizes our active role in growth and connection.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Consider those subtle energies in all your interactions, not just intimate ones.
Yeah.
What potential for deeper understanding lies there if we just pay attention? Seeking those jewels Ra mentioned.
A beautiful reflection to end on.
Well, in the light and love of the One Infinite Creator, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Adonai, go forth rejoicing in the power and peace. Namaste. I am you and you are me.
Namaste, Adonai.